Hey guys, what's up? We are back. We're with another video, and today we are doing a Buffalo Bills mock draft. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, as I am closing in on my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So help me hit that goal by hitting that subscribe button down below. I'm only 60 away. Like this video if you enjoy it. Comment all your thoughts and opinions down below as well. Let me know what you think about this draft, whether you like it, whether you dislike it. What do you think the Bills will draft in this upcoming season? So let's get started with today's video. So with the number 28th pick overall, I have the Buffalo Bills selecting Bijan Robinson, the running back out of Texas, and really it comes down to this. Bijan is the best running back in this class, and it's by far and away the biggest need for the Bills, and by far and away the best running back in this class. So I really don't think that there's much of an issue in drafting Bijan here. I think that many Bills fans would be happy with drafting Bijan Robinson. Let me know. I'm not a big fan of drafting running backs early, but the Bills' biggest need is to add to the running back team, and Bijan isn't going to be there in the second round when you guys pick at number 60. So is it worth drafting a first-round wide receiver? That's the question. So let me know down in the comments section below. At number 60 overall, I have the Bills selecting Steve Avila, the interior offensive lineman / guard out of TCU. So Steve Avila has really shot up draft boards these past couple of weeks, has started to become the best, known as the best guard in this upcoming class, which is quite impressive for a class that was really considered to be O'Cyrus Torrance's class, him and then everybody else. But Steve Avila has started to give a run for the money, and I think picking him here in the late second round to add to that offensive line that really could just use a guard to be able to insert that help, I think is really important. And I think if you're able to do that, you should help solidify it against teams like the Bengals and against teams that are able to run the ball a little bit better, and being able to slow the game down when it needs to be slowed down and stuff like that. Because I think even though the Chiefs, who just won the Super Bowl, they didn't have much of a running game, but I still think it is important to be able to have some of that, especially when you're playing in Buffalo. And if the road goes through Buffalo, you're going to need some sort of running game. Otherwise, a team like Baltimore may be able to beat you. Well, depending on Baltimore's situation going into next year at the quarterback position. At number 92 overall, I have the Bills selecting Dalen Henley, the linebacker out of Washington State. The biggest thing with drafting Henley is he's not going to replace Edmonds, but he is going to do the best out of anybody in this class that you're going to get that isn't like a very top level talent. I think Henley is probably the best coverage linebacker in the draft class. I think he should fit that role pretty well, and even as long as you're not relying on him all the time, I think he should be able to develop into a good linebacker. Henley has, again, really been shooting up draft boards since his Senior Bowl and Combine performances. Played really well there. Started to watch a lot of tape of him, of other people and stuff like that. To be honest, if you want to go check it out, I did do a Bears mock draft back in December where I picked Dalen Henley, so I was on his train and his bandwagon a little bit earlier, so I will give myself credit a little bit for that. But Henley's a good player, does a good job at being able to cover guys, and I think is a really valuable piece going into next season for the Bills, who just lost maybe their best linebacker. Kind of depends on your opinion, but in my opinion, Trayman Edmonds was your best linebacker. At pick number 131, I have the Bills selecting Xavier Hutchinson, the wide receiver out of Iowa State. Hutchinson was the best wide receiver available, and I think that wide receiver, even though it isn't a need per se, you definitely need to add some to it. I think that outside of Stephon Diggs, you're going to need to add some sort of wide receiver. I think Xavier Hutchinson, he isn't the speediest guy, but I think that he is one of the best jump ball guys in this class. Has decent speed. He's not going to outrun anybody as a safety or as a cornerback, but he will be able to go up and play really physical, be able to go after the ball, and I think he does a really good job with that. So that's why I drafted Xavier Hutchinson out of Iowa State. Was the big reason for drafting him was just his ability to be able to go after the ball, to be able to allow Josh Allen to high point it up there, and I think do what Josh Allen wants to do and be able to throw that football. So at number 139, I have the Bills selecting Jartavius Martin, the safety out of Illinois. So a lot of talk about Sidney Brown, about Devon Witherspoon, and stuff like that in the secondary for the Illini coming out of this year's draft class. But another good secondary player is Jartavius Martin. He can play both at nickel, at strong safety. He isn't probably going to be able to play free safety. His trailing speed is a little bit inconsistent. It can sometimes not be that great. But I think Martin does a good job at being able to cover guys in the slot, being able to lock guys up close to the line of scrimmage, being able to get in the backfield, be disruptive, stuff like that. I think that has been an important part of his game, and I think he'll continue to do that in Buffalo as a backup, as that third safety, where you don't have to spend money on that position. I think that will really help the Bills there. At number 207, with the final pick in this draft class, I have them selecting Ronnie Bell, the wide receiver out of Michigan. Bell's a good wide receiver, has some valuable traits to him, is able to really get some good players with that. I think that with the Ronnie Bell draft class, I think the biggest thing is that Bell provides some depth, provide some experience, and I think that's what you're looking for later in the round, is just somebody that can provide some depth going into that final round. I think that he should be a good addition there. So that's going to wrap it up today. Make sure that you also go ahead and check out the website, the podcast down below. I will be releasing more content. A lot of new changes are coming out, so make sure that you're ready for that. Otherwise, hit the two videos down below. One will be a playlist of all my mock drafts, and the other will be a video that YouTube suggests for you. Hit the subscribe button up here, and as always, have a great day. Bye, guys.